Hey guys, so this week I've been playing Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Blacklist. Kind of a mouthful. Anyways, if you don't know, it's a game where you're basically a ninja, but instead of sneaking around like feudal Japan with a katana, you're sneaking around like Afghanistan with a silenced pistol and a camera that makes noises and shoots sleeping gas, and you kill a bunch of terrorists. That's the essential, gist of the game. You sneak around, kill terrorists. But this game, slightly different. It's been a little while since we've had a Splinter Cell. They've changed some things. Have they changed them for good, though? Well, here's my opinion.
Sam Fisher. It's been so long since we've seen each other. I've grown up a bit. You've completely changed your voice and what you look like. Yep, that's right, boys and girls. The character of Sam Fisher is no longer played by Michael Ironside, but is now played by some other guy. Apparently this is because they wanted to do more motion capture stuff like Uncharted and give an actor a chance to really put in a performance. I understand it, but goddamn do I miss Michael Ironside. Apart from that, Sam Fisher's basically the same character. He works for the government, he sneaks around and tries to kill terrorists. He has an awkward relationship with his estranged daughter that he thought was dead for years. But unfortunately, terrorism never sleeps, and Sam Fisher forgets the cardinal rule of video games. If you get into a helicopter, it's gonna crash. So now he must assemble a new team of other spies and espionage people and tech guys. And oh my god, what the hell's wrong with that guy's eyes? Sorry, that was rude of me. He's got a new tech guy that's his version of Q who has... God, look at those friggin' eyes, man. So when it comes to the gameplay, what's changed? Well, not that much. All the basics are still there. You sneak from place to place. You've got cool goggles like night vision and thermal and infrared and all that stuff. And you try and sneak around the terrorists or sometimes kill all the terrorists. And you can either, kill them one by one or go all-out assault. And while they haven't turned this into an all-out action game, they have given you the option to go full-out assault badass if you want to and not feel like you're gimped. Stealth action fans might be a little disturbed with the amount of just action events where you're forced to fight people, and the action crowd might hate the moments where you're forced to sneak around, but thankfully both are few and far between, and most of the game you can play however you want. Like with any good Splinter Cell game, there's multiple routes and paths that you can take throughout your mission, and sometimes little bonus objectives like capture this one guy alive or hack this terminal that's out of your way, and completing these little side objectives adds to the money you get at the end of the mission. And between the missions, you actually use that money to upgrade your character or buy new equipment so that you can play the game the way you want to. And the money can also be used to upgrade your multiplayer characters. That's right, boys and girls, multiplayer. Returning is the competitive spies versus mercenary mode, where you're either on a team of spies or a team of mercenaries and you have to hunt each other down, as well as plenty of co-op missions that are actually integrated into the story campaign, so you and a buddy can actually go sneaking through missions together. I've always been a huge fan of the Splinter Cell games, and was actually kind of concerned about this game when it was first announced a couple of years ago. Not only did they switch out who's playing Sam Fisher, but all the trailers and stuff showed a more action-y version of the game. And while it's true you can play run and gun, and there are a few little moments here and there where there's a little bit of action, for the most part, it's all sneaking. And I figure they put those in the trailers instead of the sneaking stuff, because, as you can tell from watching this video, watching a guy hide in shadows is kind of boring. But show a guy running and gunning and taking out terrorists and blowing up stuff, and people are like, ooh, I want to buy that game.
At the end of the day, despite its shift in focus away from stealth all the time to a slightly more action game with some action moments and changing the protagonist from Michael Ironside to whatever guy that's there now whose name I can't be bothered to remember, it's still essentially a Splinter Cell game. It's got all the sneaking you remember, it's got the multiplayer, it's got the co-op, it's got all the Splinter Cell elements, and it's actually a really solid sneaking around Splinter Cell game. So if you love these sort of sneaking around games, then definitely check it out. If you're looking to try one, then maybe check this one out, because it's less punishing. There's less like, oh my god, you failed, they saw you.
In every generation, there is a chosen one. He alone likes and favorites this video and shares it with his friends. He is a pretty cool dude.